Hi, so please tell me your name and what it is you do here at Hart.
My name is Allyson Schenker, and I'm the reading specialist at Hart Magnet School, and I also am taking a brain boost group, as I like to call it, with some second grade students this year.
And I understand you have a story that was really illustrative of how CPS was able to help you with that brain boost group.
Yes, so what we did was I walked my students through the whole CPS process, and through that we decided to tie in our topic of botany with our magnet science theme. And our my second graders decided that they were going to create a greenhouse. And with that being said, they were so excited about building the greenhouse, coming up with different ways to study the different plants and flowers that they would put in the greenhouse, along with how they would create it. It was really interesting because, knowing what I know about the different types of learners, there were definitely students in the group that I could pick out, and I was like, you are so the implementer, you know what's going on. And then there were other kids that kind of were just sitting there, just kind of quiet. And prior to CPS training, I would have thought that they weren't on task. I would have went up to them and I would have said something, but knowing what I know about the process, I understood that they were just trying to clarify and just kind of wrap their heads around everything that was going on. And for me as a teacher, it was very difficult because I could see the kids ideating and working with each other. And at one point I was so excited over what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I have the best idea. And everyone just kind of stopped and they looked at me. And then I had to take it in and I was like, but I can't tell you because it's not my greenhouse, it's your greenhouse to do. So that whole kind of shift with the thinking of my role as the teacher, kind of more as the facilitator instead of telling the students what to do, has definitely been a shift for me. And then even with like making suggestions, like a child would come up and show me it was a cauliflower plant that this child worked so hard on, and my initial instinct was, oh, you could even paint that white. And the student looked at me and goes, no, but it's clear, so it's white. I'm like, yeah, but you could paint it white like cauliflower. And then I realized I was engaging with this student and trying to take over what the student had created. And I said, you know what? It looks perfect the way it is. I love your thinking behind it. So it's definitely a shift in thinking and kind of knowing my role, helping to facilitate and make sure the kids are in an environment where they feel safe enough to explore and to take risks with each other.
Awesome. If you had to give one piece of advice to another teacher who wanted to take some creative problem solving and inject it into their classroom, what would you tell them to do?
I would say start small. And I would say not only that, but as hard as it is going to be for you, especially many teachers are type A planners, I know I am, you kind of just have to bite your tongue and just sit back and trust the process.